Okay.
Shala, I mean, let's quick one. Your thoughts on you saw the first game and looking ahead to today against Angola from the under-17 side.
Yeah, and that's where the problem lies. All of this talk, all this hype about a cadet team, an under-17 team. Why are we making so much noise about this? Do you get? The truth of the matter is that we need to get back to the basics. We need to understand that under-17 football is not a must-win thing. It's about discovering talents. It's about giving these kids a chance, you know, to become the next best thing. So when we keep talking about winning these tournaments, being assured of going to the World Cup and everything, I think it's undue and unnecessary pressure. And this is what leads to cheating and all of those other things. And I just can't wrap my head around it that since 1985, that Nigeria has been winning under 16, then FIFA scrapped under 16 and changed it to under 17. Then we came back a few years ago and we did very well. We've done very well at the global stage. It has never translated to us doing well at the Senior World Cup. As against other countries who have done well, you know, Spain, for example, Brazil, you know. So I don't get all this noise. Look, these are young kids. Give them the kind of conditions that they need to have. And don't put them under any pressure. If they crash out of Tanzania, it doesn't mean anything. It just basically means that there's more time to build for the next 2 years and the next 2 years.
Right.
I don't get this noise about under 17, and we need to stop this hype and all this nonsense about winning trophies and stuff at under 17. Then we never win anything when we get to
really
where it matters the most. I'm really tired, and that's why we don't have a good senior national team. We just have average players, and that's the truth. And people don't want to hear the truth, but the truth has to be said.
Fundamental problem.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see if that will stop, and so that they can just focus on the game and through the learning process and all that, and use the right players for each of the game. Let's leave football now. We're still talking about underage sports, and this time we're talking about athletics, where Nigeria is taking part at the African Under-20 and 18 Championship in Abidjan. Just in day one, they've been able to win 3 medals already, 2 gold medals and also a bronze medal. The Under-18 men's high jump, we have Best Ehire jumping a time of 2.08 meters for him to get the gold medal in that one. Then the Under-20 women's triple jump, we have Onara Obamuwagom jumping a time of 12.78 meters for her to get a gold medal in that one. That's actually a good leap there for her. Then the triple jump for the Under-18 women, Grace Oshiopu, 11.87 meters to get a bronze medal, just the opening day. Remember, these athletes actually got there a day before the championship started. They had to go by road and all that and everything and all. So, and some of the athletes that were in action, the 100 meters, 200 meters and all that, and the 400 meters, they all qualified for the semi-finals that will be taking place this morning. The likes of Enoch, Adegoke, Rosemary, Chukuma, all of them securing victories in the 100 meters heat, so they're in the semi-finals. That would be decided today. We'll see if more medals are going to be getting on for Team Nigeria in day 2. So we're wishing them all the best right there in Abidjan in Cote d'Ivoire. Remember, we're going with a record athlete, about 80-something, you know, right there in Cote d'Ivoire. You know.
I don't know. I don't know. It's with mixed feelings that we're talking about this. For me, personally, I must commend the players and the athletes, every single one of them. They've done very well. They've been in camp for a bit, but something crazy happened, something that I don't understand. Traveling by road from Nigeria, you know, to Cote d'Ivoire, was it? It's not a good thing for athletes, especially when they didn't go on time. If they knew they were going to go by road, they should have done it earlier.
They didn't know. They thought the ministry was going to give them money.
Yeah, you see, so you don't plan like this. This tournament was planned 2 years ago. So when you know that probably the ministry will not make funds available, start working towards your plan B.
About that on Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. How can you wait until Thursday? This is what, look, I want to commend them, actually. I'm not giving the AFN knocks, because if we didn't attend it, we make 2 in a row, because we missed the previous one. And we can't keep doing this, because that's like 4 years of depriving under-18s and under-20s of opportunity to represent their country, you know, the exposure and all of that. But the ministry should let them know early enough. You know, look, this thing, they didn't plan it yesterday. They planned it 2 years ago. That, guys, we don't have funds for you. So look at a plan B. If your plan B is to go by road, go early. But look at the thing that happened. These people got there a few hours to the tournament. We can't keep doing this. Now, the medals that they won, oh, we're celebrating them already. The same ministry is going to send out a press release talking about how they won X number of medals on the first day.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we do. We're going to cash in on what they've done, you know. But imagine the person that leaped 1.78 or the person that did 2 point something probably would have done more if they had gotten there on time and they had the best conditions. You get, they had time to practice when they got to the venue and all of that. We can't keep doing this, and something has got to change. And the administrators should get serious. But I want to commend the AFN and the athletes. But I'm not sure the ministry has done well on this one.
Okay, we hope they can take a cue from there and do better. Let's leave them, talk about the Super Falcons of Nigeria. We have a group now talking about the WAFU tournament that is taking place in May. They've been grouped alongside some country you say that regular: Mali, Niger Republic, and Burkina Faso. That's for the Super Falcons, talking about the WAFU B Women's Tournament 2019. In Group A, there you have it: Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Senegal, and Ghana. Group B, you have Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, and Mali in that one. For Nigeria, this will be an opportunity also to continue preparations for the World Cup in France, knowing that it's not in a FIFA's calendar, so you have most of the players actually playing at the club level, but those that are not at the club, especially knowing that the Nigerian Women's Football League hasn't started yet, so some of the players will be invited, and those who the club will free to participate in this one can also come and participate as part of the tune-up to the tournament in France.
This is beautiful. This is a welcome development. I'm glad that the girls are getting all these run-outs. They're getting all these games. You know, they're putting under their belt. And also, some of the French players will get a chance to at least stake a claim to the team. I'm sure the coach already has an idea of what his team will look like. But this, in all, is a good one. And I think this WAFU B, WAFU A thing should be even more regular. Like, it should be on a yearly basis, so that we can get to test our strength. Yeah, they should continue. I think it's a good thing, actually.
Yeah, it's a good thing. Tara, what do you think?
Yeah, it's good. I'm just, I mean, still on the Super Falcons. I'm just, I'm glad that Sisat Oshoala is back in training now. After that injury. She's running around. She started running, and that's very, that tells you she's approaching the next step of rehabilitation process. I mean, because Sisat Oshoala surely has to be one of those players that Nigeria will be relying on to get out of that very tough group. So it's good to see her running again. Hopefully, she can start playing and start focusing on the very huge task ahead.
Absolutely.
All right, then let's talk about the rescheduled matches in Nigerian Professional Football League. Match up today between Rangers International and Lobby Stars. These two clubs that represented Nigeria on the continent. They crashed out in the group stages, but they're back playing. And Rangers, Shola Rangers, East, West, North, South, you know, they've been winning. 3 points, that's all. They're on top of the Group A now. Now they have another opportunity to extend their lead against Lobby Stars tonight.
Exactly. You know, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago right here, and we said that when they start to put the points on the board, the difference will be clear, and now we can see it. It's very clear. They still have about 3 games, and they're already topping.
This is one of them.
Oh my God! You know, so Rangers, it's Rangers season.
It looks that way.
But I pray that Lobby gives them a fight. You know, when these two teams come together at that level, you expect nothing but fireworks. It's really going to be interesting at the Cathedral today. But I'll put my money on Rangers.
Of course you will.
Okay, they will take it now. Let's talk about the UEFA Champions League. Yes, I will start with what happened. Last night. We'll talk about tonight, the fireworks that will be at Etihad Stadium tonight.
All right.
They have confirmation of the result. Aggregate United just swept away. Expectedly. I don't know why they were looking for another miracle. You can't have it twice in a season. It's not possible, right? And then the other one, Ajax just stunning, taking out Juventus. You know, Juventus had a Ronaldo thinking, okay, this is our year to win the Champions League. But Ronaldo just couldn't. He was able to get one header, and Ajax got 2, and they're in. the semi-finals. 3-2, I believe.
Let's talk about Juventus Ajax first.
First,
Oh,
okay, now
really?
let's talk about Juventus Ajax first.
Amazing game. I actually wish that that game was played all by itself, that there was no distraction from Barca.
You could have done it like me. After 20 minutes, I left United and
what I
Barca.
did was to concentrate on the Juventus Ajax game because I already knew the result of the Barcelona-Man United game. So I didn't bother to watch it. I only went back.
You were not part of those that were waiting for miracles.
No, there would be no miracles. You see, Ajax is an amazing team. They play like a unit. It's amazing what they've done with young stars and all of that. An average age of 19, 20, you know, it's big. It's a big deal. But for me, my fear is that this team will be disbanded very soon.
Bye.
They're buying everyone.
Money.
I mean, United are looking for players everywhere.
People will buy them, and again, what happened in 99 or so, 97 will happen all over again. The team gets dissected, then people take them out and say, okay, I want this one, I want that one.
All those guys have to move.
Because Ajax is a selling club, and that's the downer for me. I actually wish that they could keep them together for 2 or 3 seasons and see what they can do on the continent. Amazing team. They deserve their win.
We'll see what they can do already.
They took Juventus out. Like, yes, the way they did it to Madrid, people now know it's not a fluke.
Not at all.
And now they're talking up their chances. People are talking about them winning the Champions League. I'll say, hey, slow your roll. That's too fast. The other people who have already been designated winners. So now let's talk about the other game.
Okay,
the one that everybody was making noise about. But I wonder what people were expecting. You know, it was the Lionel Messi show. That's what it is. The truth is, Man United, they're not good enough. But they don't tell themselves the truth. They believe on old glory. They talk about the United way and all of that. But the truth is, you're building your team around a certain Paul Pogba, who, when he doesn't come to the party, there's no party. It's supposed to be the life of the party.
When was the last time he came to the party?
He hardly comes
match.
these days. You know, when he at times he tends to crash the party, like he did at the weekend with 2 free penalties, and people got carried away. Man United, I don't see how they thought they could do it at the Camp Nou.
It was a lost cause.
Lionel Messi was shaken from the first game and was like, oh, is that how it's done? Now, Barcelona, they're so strong that they could rest players over the weekend and do all of those things. United struggled at the weekend.
Let's talk about this guy. Let's spare thoughts for David De Gea.
David De Gea, to me, is still one of the best goalkeepers in the world, but he's just surrounded by average defenders who are exposing him too much.
Are they even close to average?
Yeah, they're average. Yeah, let's be fair.
Yeah, let's be fair.
Average defenders.
They're average. At least they got to the quarterfinal stage, you know. So, I don't think De Gea is a bad keeper. People have started poking fun and all of that. But I think that he's surrounded by mediocre players, average players, and it's not working for him. It's not working for him. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I said it here.
Yes, you did.
I said it here when he was winning.
So it's
I didn't say it when he started losing. I said it when he was winning. I said he's not good enough to be the coach of Man United.
You did say so.
I said it here. I got some mails, people that were watching Channels TV slid into my DM. Why are you talking like that? I'm sorry. I have studied Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when he was a player and a coach. And I still don't think that is the right man for Man United.
Is it just because now it's just 4 or 5 losses in 7?
No, it's because I've followed him from when he became a coach and Norway, Cardiff and all of that. What happened at Cardiff?
That was shambles, yeah.
So that's my own opinion, and I will stick to it. You get. But now, however, he has the job, so he has to step up his game. He has Mike Phelan and a couple of other people in his corner, people who will make his job easier.
They don't really have the players.
He must buy players. They have to sell at least 7 players in that team. They need to let at least 7 players go and bring in young players and good players. Forget the noise.
So it looks like they've just been rolling around in the same sport because
they don't want to face the
they had the manager who knows how to win trophies, and Jose who wanted certain players. In the summer, he wasn't backed.
Everybody said Jose did this.
Everyone thought it was his problem.
Jose Mourinho said it, and nobody listened to him. Now people are going back to
we need players now.
We need players. You need players? Seriously?
When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually came, he says he's not saying that they don't have good players, but he understands that they also need better players.
Let me tell you one of the things. Let me tell you one of the pointers for me. Let me tell you one of the pointers for me, and I will point it out now. In the winter window, that's January, when you could buy players. You know what Man United was doing? They were renewing contracts for Phil Jones, They were renewing contracts for Chris Smalling, Ashley Young. You don't do that. You're showing us that you want to keep the same guys. It doesn't make any sense. So, but if they had not even bothered to renew those guys' contract, we would have known that, yes, they were ready for a clear out in summer, and they were not.
It doesn't look that way now.
So, because they were getting a few wins, they got carried away.
They got carried away.
And they didn't even show up in January. I'm sorry about this, man. A quick pointer, finally, about that game, and that is how average Man United is. Rashford, opening minutes of the game, he had a chance to score. He missed it, and he misses more than he scores. That's a fact. Shows you how Man United is set up and how they play. And even Barca was saying that if that goal had gone in, it would have caused problems for them. And that's why they now stepped up their game.
Could have been a different game.
Near miss gingered the Barca team to say, you know, we're not going to let this happen to us. If you keep doing this, you would always stay at that level. Okay. The top boys have done it, and I'm happy for FC Barcelona. They deserve their win on the day.
Yeah,
and Lionel Messi is a beast, man. He's shown it.
Lionel Messi scoring for the first time in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. That's quite strange. Anyways, we need to go on a break now, and we'll come back. We'll be focusing on tonight's matches. Liverpool, Porto, Spurs, and Tottenham.